Hi, I'm sick, so I apologize if I cough or my voice or whatever. Um, so when solving a quadratic formula, okay, so in case people haven't covered this before, a quadratic is anything where the highest exponential is an x squared term. An exponential is this little thing up here, and what it means is that it's this number multiplied by itself this number of times. So in here it's x times x. So any quadratic is something that's ax squared plus bx, where b can be 0, plus c, where a is not 0, because if a is 0 then there's no this term, so it's just a linear equation. And when you're trying to solve this equation, you're normally trying to solve for x. You want to work out what the value of x is. Because if we've got something that's linear, so no x squared times 7x plus 3, for example, equals 0, all you do is you move the 3 over, so you get 7x equals minus 3, divide by 7, so x equals minus 3 over 7. But with quadratics, it's a little bit more complicated. There are 3 methods to solve a quadratic. We're going to be using the same quadratic for all of them because it proves that they all give the same answer, and I felt like it. But yeah, you can use any of those 3 methods. Depending on the situation, you might have to use a set one. First one is factorizing. If you have quick MetaMath, this is far and away your fastest and most efficient method, full stop. The one thing that's worth noting is that sometimes you can't do it because it won't sort into nice numbers, basically. So try factorization first. If you can't find anything that works, use one of the other 2 methods. So with factorization, you quite simply try to work out for yourself, using your head, what this can be simplified into. So I know that this is correct because if you multiply this out, you end up with x squared plus 7x minus 3x minus 21. 7x minus 3x is 4x, minus 3 times 7 is minus 21. But I had to do this using my head, and I'm going through the factors of 21. Basically, you need 2 numbers that multiply to make this and add to make this, which is pretty straightforward until you get to things where you have a value in front of the x squared, like if you have 2x squared, because then you also have to accommodate for the fact that you need a 2x here instead of x. And this is still doable, but it's a little bit more effort. So if you're fast and comfortable, I would use factorization. If you're not comfortable, then don't. It's also worth noting that early on, you might be told explicitly which method you need to use, so you need to know all 3 of them. But like once you get into, if you do maths for A level or basically higher level maths, you can pretty much use whichever one you're comfortable with, depending on the situation. Okay, next, the formula. This is most people's favorite one because it's the most straightforward. You take, so we have our formula here of ax squared plus bx plus c, and all you have to do is take these values, a, b, and c, and plug them into this equation, which is minus b plus or minus, get over this in a second, the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. So we plug our numbers in from here. We have minus 4 plus minus 4 squared minus 4 times minus 21, which is c, times 1, which is a, because there's the a term here is just 1, over 2 times 1, which simplifies to minus 4 plus minus the root of 16 plus 84 over 2. 16 plus 84 is obviously 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So it's minus 4 plus minus 10 over 2. The reason it's plus minus is because let's say I have 3 and I square 3. I get 9. But let's also say I have minus 3 and I square it. I get 9 because negative times a negative is positive. And so if I'm told to square root 9, well, I don't know which one it is. And so you have to say that equals plus minus 3. And then here all you do is you just multiply it out. So minus 4 minus 10 is minus 14, divided by 2 is minus 7. And then minus 4 plus 10 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. So that's the formula method. This method over here, completion, is the one you're most likely to be asked explicitly to do, mainly because this is the most common, and they want to make sure you know this one. So first thing you do is you take the constant, which is the c term, and you move it to the other side. I just find this really helps a lot. And then the idea is we want to change this equation, the x squared plus 4x, into x plus something squared. And so how you do this is you take this value, the b value, you divide it by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And you know that it's going to be x plus 2 squared. But obviously if you multiply out x plus 2 squared, you get x squared plus 4x plus 4. And we only have x squared plus 4x. So what you have to do is you have to move this term over here, And then we know that x squared plus 4x is the same as x plus 2 bracket squared minus 4, as shown here. And then all you need to do is move the 4 to the other side, so you get x plus 2 bracket squared equals 25. You can then square root this, because the entire thing is being squared, to get plus minus 3 25, which is plus minus 5. And then you subtract 2, negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7, or 5 minus 2 is 3. I hope that makes sense. Feel free to leave a comment asking for elaborations or explanations or anything. Yeah, this is the geometric way, algebraic way, and the cooler, faster, efficient, the best way, but also requires mental maths.